Don't all paint. Okay, so a few words about contrast. You should have contrast in your work. It is a design principle that you use any one of the elements and you create contrast. If you got lights and darks, the only reason that this piece is visible is because you have lights and darks. Just hold up on the grinding. I know, but I'm literally making a video for everybody to see. If you can't see what's going on in the piece, usually it's because you don't have enough value contrast. All right, so there's lots of different things that you can use to create contrast. Here is a type of contrast where you've got rectilinear movement, rectilinear shapes and lines, and curvilinear movement. And so if you had a whole piece full of rectangles and organic geometric shapes, but then you have one curvilinear shape, you can create a focus and create contrast that way. The use of color. There's actually a huge amount of power behind using contrasting colors. For example, if you've got warm and cool colors, you might call that temperature contrast. All right. And in fact, this is also something called simultaneous contrast, where you have orange and blue right beside each other. Orange and blue are complementary on the color wheel, and they make each other seem more orangey and more bluey. Those aren't official terms. Here's some more simultaneous contrast, where you've got complementary colors right beside each other. They really pop. Red and green, purple and yellow, orange and blue. Think about having color contrast if you're trying to make a point with your piece. I don't know, but I think Kenzie might have some purple on her giant yellow board. You do it intuitively, right? Good artists do this kind of by nature, but it's about becoming more aware of it. It's becoming more aware of what you're doing. Here's another thing. Here is a bunch of different colors of blue, but different intensities. So you can have contrast, and that's what Avery's doing, with different intensities of a color. Some pure blue, some muted blue, right? And last one, you can have contrast with texture and with pattern, right? So here you've got textured wood, and you've got pattern on the blanket there. So in your work, maybe think about having contrast. And when we have our conferences out in the hall, which I'm going to talk about right now, those conferences, I want you to talk about your design of your piece. All right, lots of low value here. I created some contrast there. Here's my focal point, yada, yada, yada.
No, I want to.
That's going live.
Really?
End stream. After I laugh,